Hi, my name is Wendy Harrington. 12.5 years ago I contracted necrotizing fasciitis, more commonly known as the flesh-eating bug, following the birth of my third child. I lost my womb, ovaries and 2/3 of the flesh on my torso. As I lay there in that hospital bed looking at my mutilated body, I couldn't imagine ever feeling happy again. Yet I've been on an amazing journey and have learned many things, and now I'm happier than I've ever been, and I can't wait to share all the things I've learned with you. I think it's really important that we start to look inside of ourselves instead of outside, and it feels like this is what's been being shown to me as I've gone along the last few years, that I had this focus outside of myself, trying to find happiness, trying to find peace, trying to have these things, and it was like nothing was ever enough, and that actually what I was looking for was inside, so this sense of connection with something which is greater than myself, so that I may call God. And I think the difficulty is the fact that we have a lot of unresolved issues, we have a lot of resentments, bitterness, hurts and things from the past, and because we don't want to allow the depth of those feelings, that what we do instead is we come into the mind and then we kind of think our way out of things. So I feel like this is a real feeling time for us all, and healing these past hurts so that we can become the loving beings that we all are. So I see it as an inside job. I feel like all the time we're trying to do things on the outside, we're trying to make changes in the outside world, but the most important and powerful thing we can do is to actually transform inside of ourselves. And then somewhere is this uprising of compassion and love and sharing and peace, and that I think that we will automatically do the right things. I think it's that as each of us becomes more loving, and this applies to me too then, so I'm going to make it very personal actually, but I believe this applies to all of us, that as I choose peace, as I choose love over power, then that is when the love of God will fill up this being, and then that love gets extended to other beings, and then there is peace. The thing it makes me think of being up here is just the busyness and the noise of life, this rush of things, and the mind being filled up with all these things we have to do, and just the loudness of it all, that there's not a moment to even think. So one of the practices that has become really key for me is actually really finding times to be quiet. It's fine to be in the busyness and enjoy life, that's a part of life, it's a part of being human, but it's also just finding those moments of quiet where you can just really switch off and be able to hear, because I find for me that if it's too busy, I don't hear God anymore, I don't hear that voice anymore. I get clogged up, and then I start to feel flat and not quite right, and I wonder what's missing, and I know it's because I've forgotten to create that space. So it's like that voice is talking to us all the time, talking to me all the time, but if I don't make the space for it, then I won't hear it. So this is one of my favourite places to come. I love to come and sit here, and although it's noisy like the road, there's something for me about the water and that water cascading down, which I find really cleansing almost. And there's the water's very high today, but normally there's rocks down here, so you can just sit on the rocks and just watch. And then I love, to me, just to really immerse myself in the moment of that, to really just breathe in the moment and just feel that water flowing. And I've come here times when I've been sad or I've been struggling with something in my life, and it's like it just washes it all away. And even if it's just for a moment, that's a moment of peace. Yeah, just this peace, this incredible peace and quiet in my mind, rather than this continual analysis and analytical thought and breaking everything down, needing to understand it. It's like all that goes out of the window, and there's just peace and happiness, and I feel very joyous. And that again to me feels like that's God, that's when God is within me.